Hold on, we are not going in the same direction.
What started out as an innocent, friendship with a coworker turned into a one-night stand. I just cheated on my wife. I just had an affair.
I fell so hard in love, and I had never had a man pursue me like he did.
2 months later, we were engaged. 4 months later, we were married.
We were all in, and we were just so in love. It was perfect.
A year had gone on, and over that year, I had started a new career. I was able to bury myself into this new career because I was doing well at it, and it felt good, and was getting accolades.
There came a point when he was working so much. I was becoming increasingly more unhappy, I think because I was watching him grow farther apart from the Lord. And so I was thinking, hold on, we are not going in the same direction.
What started out as an innocent, friendship with a coworker turned into a one-night stand. I just cheated on my wife. I just had an affair. I realized that, there's no way anybody can ever find out about this.
So he came home one afternoon. I said, why don't we just take a nap? You are so tired, let's rest. Right before he fell asleep, his phone dinged. I was already kind of asleep on his shoulder, but it woke me up, and he looked at his phone and it had a woman's name on it. And then he immediately looked at me, because I was kind of laying on his shoulder, and I closed my eyes and acted like I didn't see it. But I knew that is not normal. He put his phone down and fell asleep. I looked at his phone, and it was a bunch of text messages that were like, honey, babe. I thought it was to me, but it had someone else's name on it. They were in a relationship.
I remember sitting on the edge of the bed and feeling like my ears popping. And it was literally like these kingdoms that I had built were just falling down. I was numb. I was caught. You go into fix-it mode, what do I say? How do I look? How do I fix it? But then part of me was like, screw it. I should just continue on. Jamie and the kids would be better off without me.
I decided I would get a divorce and start over. I remember sitting down in the therapist's office. I just wept. I cried so hard in that chair. I thought I had failed in some great way and I wasn't good enough, so he had to go choose someone else.
There was still something in me that was like, what are you doing, man? Where are you going? Is this really that much better? Is this really worth it?
I felt like God asked me to be obedient. He said, you're not going to understand this, but I want you to stay around. I thought, well, there's no way I can actually do that. So you'll have to work a miracle because that's not going to work for me. So I hope you pull through. But right before all of that happened, I wrote a verse on the chalkboard. It said, be kind and tenderhearted towards one another, forgiving each other like God in Christ forgave you. When I was arguing with the Lord, I felt like God showed me that verse and brought that to my mind and said, now how did I forgive you? I thought, well, while we were still sinners, Christ forgave us. And I just thought, you got me.
I needed to be in a place where it no longer was about getting my wife back, seeing my kids again, keeping my career or my reputation. It had to be just about God. So I remember finally falling on my knees and just thinking, okay, God, I need you to do this. I need you to be enough. I need you to be everything. Jamie's saying things like, I do forgive you. I want to work on this. And that's blowing my mind away. Here's this woman who I've done the worst thing ever to, and she's telling me that she still loves me and wants to take me back. It made no sense to me.
One day he came walking down the street and I had a baby on my hip and a toddler playing in the yard. And he said, if you'll have me back, I'd love to come home. I'm married to you for the rest of my life. I'm done. This is it. You can take me back or not,
but I'm sticking with it. And so, although slightly stalkerish, I agreed that it was time for him to come home.
At first, I described it as a roller coaster, a really fast-moving roller coaster, up and down all the time. I never knew which emotion would come, and it was just being exhausted and not knowing if you can show up for your marriage and wondering if you made the right decision and just relying on God's promise.
So sitting in that place, chasing after him, going to counseling like 2-3 times a week, God did this miracle and started to like save our marriage.
His character is redemption. His character is saving things that everyone thought were lost.